Hey team, welcome back to our digital dojo. This is some fundamentals for your blue belt curriculum. These are really important things to know for your foundations or fundamentals of jiu-jitsu, especially when you are beginning. So this video is going to go over 3 ways to go from side control to mount position. So the first way is going to be scooting our bum back and to create space inside the midsection. So no matter what side control position you have, whether you have knees up, whether you have this knee in, the other leg back, or the other way around, I actually want to switch my whole body and I want to start scooting my bum upwards. So I want to go here. I can either block the arm here or I can swim on the inside to start putting my partner's arm towards their head, and I'm going to drop my bum on the floor. So I'll show from a couple of different angles, but you can see my knees up and my legs flat, and I start scooting back. So you can push off your partner's hip, and what you're doing here is you're creating space between the hips and the area underneath the armpits, so this whole torso, so that you've got lots of space here to bring your knee or your foot. So the first one we're going to do is we're just going to drive our knee through. So I'm going to go here. So it's really important when you do this. This is a real common mistake for white belts, is they'll just start to lift their leg over to try to get mount, and they'll just get caught in half guard. So you need to be a little bit smarter. So as you can see, Dawn can't see anything that I'm doing down here because I've got her face covered with my whole back, and I've got her arm squished up against her head with my bum. So I put in my knee here. Okay, from here, you're going to drop your knee to the mat, and in order to not get your foot caught when you do this last movement, you're going to flop your bum and your foot onto the ground. Because if I'm lazy here and I just try to get it off, she's going to catch my foot again. So the idea is to flop this nice and hard. So you'll hear the little slap, and that means you're doing it properly. So I go here. And that way you know that your partner's not going to be able to catch your leg. So let's look at it from this angle, so that you can see how I position my legs and my bum. So from whatever side control position you're in, you're going to feed that arm through, and you're going to drop your hips. So you're sort of back step, you're sort of in a reverse Gatame position with your legs. From here you're going to block the hips so your partner can't follow you, and you're going to start sliding your bum, sliding your bum. And this opens up all this mid area for you to do your guard passes, your mount, your transition from side control to mount. So I drive my knee through, put my knee on the mat. You can start to square off here and then drop your hips. And that's the first transition from side control to mount position. The second one starts exactly the same, except this time I'm not going to drive my knee across. I'm going to bring my foot through. So this is good if you've got a little bit more flexibility. This is a nice way to sneak your foot through. So we start exactly the same way. I swing the arm, I drop my hips, I start moving backwards, create the space in between the hips and the armpits. Okay, but this time you're going to grab your own foot. So I grab over the pinky and I bring my foot up to my chest, pulling it this way, not this way, because you're just going to get your leg grabbed again. So you need to bring it through and over, and just place it on the ground and then start to straighten up. So I'll show from this side, this angle. So you can bring your arm through, drop your hip, push, and bring it this way just a little bit more. Okay, so you're in like a reverse Kesa Gatame position here. You're going to grab your toe, bring it towards your face. Because your partner can't see what you're doing, this is what makes this move quite effective. If they can see what you're doing, of course they can try to defend it. But if you're doing it nice and sneaky here, You can either drive your knee through, or you can pull it in, sneak it to the other side. Okay, the third one, and probably the most common one, is going from side control, transitioning to knee on the belly, and then going into mount position. So we'll go over the knee on the belly first. So from side control, generally when I go on knee on the belly, it's because somebody starts to frame underneath my neck, and it starts to make me pretty uncomfortable, right? So I've lost my ability to put pressure down on my partner because they've just framed on me. So I'm going to use my partner's help that's pushing me up to actually get me onto knee on the belly. So you're going to put your hands on the ground and you're just going to pop up to knee on the belly. And when I do this, I make sure I create lots of pressure. So I pull my partner's lapel, pull their pants, make sure my foot's off the ground to create maximum amount of torque through my partner's midsection, and make sure this leg is out and based roughly level with your partner's head. So the idea is you want to create so much pressure here that your partner starts to panic and wants to push your leg off, right? As they do this, what you're going to do is you're going to put your hand through this little triangle here, and you're going to start spider walking your hand. And guaranteed, this is actually very, very strong, this spider walk. You're going to start separating that hand from the knee, just a little bit. Once you've done that, that's going to give you enough space to drop that knee to the mat again. And now you do the same hip flick that you did in the first one you saw in this video. So you're just going to drop your hip and come back, settle the position down. So I'll show you one more time from the other side, from this angle, so you can see. So from side control, your partner gets their frame in. As soon as they get the frame, they're actually helping you up, right? They're helping lift you. So you pop up to knee on the belly, pull, create lots of pressure. Remember, make sure you've got nice posture here as well when you're doing this. You can't put your head down, you won't get any points in sport jiu-jitsu. Same with if your knee's down, you take away all the pressure on your partner's midsection and you won't get any points. So lift, pull, as they start to push. See this little triangle here, hand comes through right at the point of the elbow joint and you start spider walking. As soon as the hand's disconnected, you drop your knee to the mat, flick your hip, and come back to the middle section, settle the position down, Superman if you need to create lots more pressure. That's your three basics from progressing from side control to mount position.